everyone, I'm going to show you your next step after your outline and doing your research and all that. We're going to next start going on to our digital research cards, and we're going to take our information that we highlighted from our resources, and we're going to put it here. But we're going to put it in a format that helps us keep track of everything, keeps track of where everything comes from, and also putting in our citations or in-text or parenthetical citations right here and now to make sure that we don't accidentally plagiarize later on. When we get to our argumentative paper, we'll focus on paraphrase quotes and not the direct quotes. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just do direct quotes because it'll be faster for us to put into our outline later. So we're not doing this twice. But when it comes to our argument, I'm going to insist on we paraphrase our quotes. So this is digital research card. I'm going to show you where you get each of these items from your resource. All of these things will be from your resources that you got from the library. So for example, let me go ahead. I'm going to go here and I'm going to open up my first article, Identifying the Black Plague. Okay, so I have this article. I have my things that I highlighted. Actually, I only highlighted like one thing from here, but that's okay. It's a source, even if I just highlight one thing. And it says down here at the bottom, when you downloaded it, it should have given you source citation, and it says MLA 8th edition. Okay, so I'm going to copy from whatever comes right after that. So you'll see for this example, it has author's last name, and it goes all the way down to the date I accessed it. So I'm going to just Control C for copy. I like my shortcuts. And I come back here, Control V to paste. Now notice when you paste it into Word, you have this little thing that comes up here, your paste options. I say keep text only, or hold on, that actually messed something up though. We are going to convert this later to Times New Roman. It also already did the hanging indent for us, which is good. When it comes down to our works cited page, it's already done for us. It should copy over. Now in the parenthetical citation, whatever I put here, I'm going to replace the word name, keep the parentheses, keep the period, and I'm going to put the last name of the author. That's the first thing that's listed here. There's only one author for this one. I only need to put one author. I just put the last name. I don't put his first name. I don't put the name of anything else, just his last name. Okay? For William Wells, I'm just going to put Wells. Then let me come back to my research. Okay? And I'm going to I only highlighted one thing for this article, and again, that's fine. That's all I had in here that was useful, but I can use it. So I'm going to just Control C to copy that. And then I'm going to come back here and under direct quote, I'm going to put it there, Control V. Okay, but I can't just leave it like this. It's a direct quote. Notice I put here, it's quotation, open quotation, direct quote, close quotation, and then the author's name in the parentheses, period. So I'm going to change this to that. I'm going to go ahead and say. And so I'm going to put my quotation mark here. Between my last word and the period, I'm going to put a quotation mark there. And then I can either copy it from the other thing or I can just type it again. Since it's just the last name, I'm just going to type it. And that's my direct quote. That's all I have to do. I'm going to put under here in my direct quotes the things I highlighted. Okay? And let me change this to Times New Roman as well. Because you don't want, when you go to put things into your paper, everything should be same size, same font, all that. Otherwise it looks tacky. Or it should not look like a quilt. It's all pieces and parts together. So again, that's all I had for that first source. So let me go back. Okay, I can close this one. I'm done with that source. So I'm going to go to my next source, the oldest bubonic plague. Okay, and again, I'm going to go in my research cards. I'm now doing source number 2. Remember, I asked you to have 4 to 5. So you're going to have at least 4 of these filled out, if not 5. It's always better to have too much information. So I'm going to start with the works cited, and I'm going to come down here. And notice this time it's under source citation, Control C to copy. This time I don't have an author's last name, so I'm glad that I have more than one example I'll show you. I'm going to paste that there. And let's see. Change that to Times New Roman 12 point. Consistency. All right, so here, what am I going to put? So the whole reason for the in-text or parenthetical citations is so when someone goes to your works cited page, they can find it. And what I'm actually going to do here too, when I do put this in alphabetical order, I'm going to put it in alphabetical order by the word oldest. I'm not going to use the, okay, but in here, I'm going to type this because I don't like how they have it all caps. The oldest bubonic plague. I kept the quotation marks, and so when someone sees that after my direct quotes, they'll know, oh, that's the name of the article that it came from. And again, whatever I'm using whatever comes right here at the very beginning of the works cited. That's what goes into the in-text citation. All right, so I'm going to come back again. And this time I have more things. I have like 2 direct quotes from here. So I'm going to copy, Control C, come back, paste. Okay, and then I want to say Control match destination, and then I'm going to do the same one. Let's copy both of them. And I'll come back later. Control C. Control V. I'm going to do that. Okay, so again, I have to make these direct quotes, right? So I'm going to start off with quotation mark. Then between the last word and the period, I'm going to put my second quotation mark. And then I'm going to put this. Now, since it's a little longer and I don't feel like typing more than once, I'm just going to copy. Control C. Go ahead and just get rid of the period there because I have a period with it. Control V. And again, same thing here. So there is a space. Again, so notice I got rid of the period, and when you did the assignment with your group, hopefully y'all came across that's one of the rules when you're putting your direct quote, that there is no period here at the very last word. The period gets moved to after the parenthetical or in-text citation. Okay, so now I'm done with my second one. So that you can see it goes pretty quickly. I'm going to do the same with my other one. I'm going to show you at least one more of mine, and I think hopefully you should have it. So let me go back. I'm going to do another one. Again, I'm going to start down here. This one has pictures and everything. It's a longer article. I'm going to start down here, source citation. I go right under where it says source citation, and I copy all from wherever the first word is to the date that I accessed it. And actually, one of the things I could do too to make this all easy, I'm just going to go Control A. I'm going to do this for my other articles too. Control A, and I'm going to change this to Times New Roman right now before I even start copying and pasting it in there. That makes it, I'll make it 12. That just makes it really easy for me when I go to put this in my paper. Okay, in my other stuff. So okay, so then all I have to do is just copy, and then come back here. This is source number 3. You can paste that. For some reason, let me see something. I should have. This is here. It's in Times New Roman. Maybe I didn't recopy it. Control C. Control V. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. I may have already put something there and changed the font. I don't know. Anyway. All right. And then I'll do the same thing with my quotes. And I have more from here than my other ones. So again, Control C. Control V. I have no idea why it's not keeping the Times New Roman. It's really weird. Can't always say. Technology does not always make sense. But anyway, so again, I'm going to go Control V. So I don't have to fill up all these. You don't have to fill up all these pieces, but you do need to do them. Let's see. It's okay. And I'm glad that some of my quotes right here actually have quotes within quotes. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's really important. Okay. I think I have at least one more in there. Okay. All right. Control C and Control V. Control C, Control V. Okay. I just do it a lot. I don't like doing the right click and select copy and then right click and select paste. It just really slows things down a lot. So, all right, I'll come back to these later. I'll add them afterwards. I wanted to show you how to do this right here. Okay, so like before, I'm going to put quotation mark at the beginning, quotation mark at the end. Okay. For this one, my parenthetical or in-text citation is going to be his last name, Marriott. Okay. And then that's going to be the citation for each one of mine again. Right. And now this one, notice this quote and the next quote they have a quote already. Well, what do I do if there's a quote within a quote? There is actually a rule for that. Okay, so I'm going to put my quotation marks, parenthetical citation. All right, so for example, right here, he has underreporting in remote areas. Well, I can't have this double quote here and a double quote within it, so I'm going to change these to single quotes. They're like a, okay. So anytime you have a quote within a quote, all right, you're going to change it to a single. All right, same thing on the next one. And again, I'm going to change, there's some more. He's quoting people, so anytime, again, that's called like a quote within a quote, because I'm quoting him and he's quoting people. Now what happens if he's quoting somebody who's also quoting somebody else? Then we go back to double quotes. We have the quote within the quote within the quote. It gets really Inception-like. So, okay, and so you're going to do the same thing with your papers. Okay, with yours, you're going to do your sources. Again, you should have at least 4 sources, if not 5. You're going to have to use at least 3 of them in your paper, and we'll get to that. But that's how we're going to do our citations, our research cards, because again, it's going to help us keep track of everything, make sure that we're doing our in our citations and our direct quotes and everything properly to keep from doing, prevent plagiarism. And that'll be it. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with yours. Message me if you have a question before you turn in. Make sure you did it right. Okay.